is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Orb Plus. It's Monday. We woke up a little late. It's okay though, because we're here. We out here. We tried setting up for a trade on this day right here, but it didn't really take off much. And there was nothing we could have done on this day to really make a profit, because I think it was news. This was the 14th. Let's see, today's Monday. Making this whole thing right here, the 18th. Sunday, Saturday. Friday, Thursday. So yeah. I didn't take a trade Thursday or Friday, and I'm pretty sure, let's go ahead and check news today. No news today. We couldn't trade Friday because of PPI. Or actually, I don't think I traded Friday just because of all of the red that's right here. Couldn't trade Thursday because of PPI. That makes sense. Wednesday, we attempted to take a trade, but news, like, there was nothing saying it was going up or down, and 10:30 had already come and gone, so we didn't take a trade. So here we are, Monday, no news. We're looking for literally everything, anything and everything. We were in an uptrend all the way up here, then we broke structure here off of this low. Came down, came back up, didn't revisit this area. We've been in a downtrend since. We broke structure here, gave ourselves an order block, disrespected the order block, continued down, moved up. Cool. Did it revisit anywhere? No. Moved down, break of structure here on the hour, because we closed above this high, making break of structure, order block, retrace down, closure within this move, whole move up. Okay. This would be our breaker block. This breaker block would then lead us higher. Because it manipulated this low here, we would have been gone to the 5-minute. Our 5-minute has got to align with us, so we moved up here. Give ourselves a order block there. Let's go ahead and mark that order block real quick. This. Cool. Let's go to 5-minute. Boom. 5-minute. We came. Here's our order block here. We moved up beyond. We came back down within the range. Closed within. Moved up. Did we get a break of structure? No, but we got an inverse for value gap from this inverse for value gap, being the reversal that will continue higher. What did we get? Actually, no, we broke structure. Yeah, because right here we're in an uptrend. Move up out of the range, and then a move back down. We broke structure again. Cool. From this break of structure, we had a move back up, inverting this for value gap, saying, hey, price is actually going to go higher. Okay, no biggie. From there, we would be looking for our for value gap, breaker block, order block, or equilibrium to form. Because we broke structure down here, this would be our order block. Here's our breaker block. Boom. This breaker block has formed. Should we enter now? And in what direction? In the direction of the break of structure? I don't think so, because this right here inverses a fair value gap. I think this being the breaker block, right, on the higher time frame, because this inverted this for value gap, I think we're going to go higher. How much higher? We have all this liquidity to target here. I'm going to bring the risk down to 0.2. Okay. Because realistically speaking, this is a very, very small setup, and we've been consolidating for the most part on this down right here. It's just been sitting here consolidating, so it could come up. I don't know. I'm working off of this break of structure, this inverse value gap, the fact that this on the higher time frame was a breaker block, and that this actually revisited this order block off of this break of structure, making this a breaker block, and breaker blocks being signs of continuation in the fashion of the previous order block. We should see it go higher. Let's see what direction that 1 hour breaker block goes in. So we have break of structure here, right? That break of structure leaves this order block and then retrace down, closure within this move up. So this would be our direction higher. How much higher on the hour? There's not really much else to target except for way up there. And then of course the fair value gap, which prices already come up within, and then that right there. Let's go ahead and go back to the 5 minute. Boom. We could target from this high up towards any of this, and this whole thing's a fair value gap, with the exception of that right there. What do I think? I got break of structure, inverse, order block, retrace, closure, move down. Cool. Do we break structure back to the upside? Not yet. We're still technically in a downtrend. Why? Because we broke structure here. We haven't broke structure above a high yet. This is a high, this is a high. Up, down, high, up, down, high. We've made new highs, but they're all lower, so down should be the direction we're going. Does that fall in line with the hour? No, because we broke structure off a high there. We've created a new high here, and it hasn't broke structure. This is a higher high. If we were to target a low outside of current trend, it would need to be all the way over here that we target. That doesn't work for me. If we break structure above this, this candle closes above this high, and in fashion with this inverse value gap, as well as this right here being our revisit, I'll be more than happy to enter up on a long position, but I want to see it close first. Using this as an indicator, let's see if that lines up pretty well. Looks like it does. Price is choppy as crap on the MACD, but it makes sense. General trend, the higher high, higher low, higher high. Which means this should be down to make a higher high here soon, which is completely fine. I want to see it close though before I enter on anything. Yeah. We're doing pretty dang good. I think we're doing very, very well. We need to break above a high, and then from there we can enter. Let's go down to 1 minute, see if we can see stuffs. We broke structure above a high. I'm going to go ahead and enter on a long position. Let's go back up to 5. Boom. And from here, we're going to take this. We're going to take our stop loss and we're going to put it just below this right here. We're going to take our take profit, and for the sake of knowing, we'll put it up to here. I think you could visit anywhere higher. If we're lucky, we'll get it all the way up there. I don't don't think we will, though, just because the majority of the move has already happened within this. And we've consolidated for the most part right here, just within these ranges. Asian session provides us with a good high to really target. I think what we can do is this here. We'll target this first. Again, we entered pretty late, so I'm kind of expecting price to taper off more than it was doing in the past. Let's go to the hour real quick because we need to hit the bottom of this fair value gap because that is a marker we can hit. There's that there. I think, yeah, we set price all the way up there. So there's our first take profit. Here's our second. Here is the break of structure, making this an order block, making this right here. Confluence. We can't mark that because they revisited that. We're going to mark the top of that. Here is from this uptrend down, break of structure, order block. So the top of this and the bottom, we don't want that because that's where the fair value gap is. I think we are good. I want to take this take profit and put it right there. I'm comfortable with that, and if we do wind up losing it, it'll be like right there that it happens. I'm aware that this right here was our breaker block on the higher time frame, and I could set it down there, but this is working off of a 5-minute confluence setup, as well as a high time frame confirmation that this was a breaker block, because we do see a break of structure out of this. So the breaker block on the 5-minute would be where the stop loss needs to be set in order for an adequate stop loss to be held. I want to wait. I want to patiently pause video and see what's happening. I think we have a decent trade setup, and I've set up my take profits relatively quickly all throughout this, and there are plenty for it to hit. So there is a good question of, will it hit that high? Will it not? I don't really know. We took this trade before 10:30. I really wish it had the time here, but it just doesn't. Oh, right here. We took the trade 17:23. I don't know why this is 17, but you get the point. We took the trade a couple minutes ago. I want to see it continue higher. We're in a long position. Let's see what happens. I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to monitor this very closely. I will be right back. So the idea was wrong. How wrong was it? I'd say pretty wrong. We had our stop loss just above this right here, because this was the breaker block on the 5-minute. As you can see, we kind of broke past that with this right here. Triggered it. There's our red arrow saying we lost. How much did we lose? So it charged us 20 cents. We lost another $1.32. That's okay. We're still up for the month of August. We've made a lot more than just $1.32. $1.52 now. Sorry. It was unfortunate that we lost today. I kind of was expecting it though, because I hadn't touched market in a little over a week. Just a little, right? What could I have done to help this out? What could I have done to really do anything? I could have woke up earlier, first off. Had I woke up earlier and really jotted down each of these highs and lows, let's actually go ahead and just do that right quick. Let's chop off everything after 9:30. Let's go ahead and take care of this. Here's our Asian session. Here's our London session. Okay. Let's go to the hour. It's right here. Everything that includes that right there. Okay. So we have our high on Asian session, our low on Asian session would have gone like all the way down here, but it wouldn't have mattered because we broke past it, right? And then our high for London session was here. Okay, we're in a downtrend. That's the first thing I'd note. Second thing would be go up to the 4-hour and see what it's doing. We're in a downtrend. Break of structure there. Fair value gap saying price will actually continue lower. We had a move up, but we can't count that just yet because that's 6. I don't know why it's marked as 6. I think this is the 8 o'clock. London session retraced back up in, but it still left that gap noted by these 2 white lines here. We're still in a downtrend for the 4-hour. The hour says we're in a downtrend for this right here. Break of structure below this low. We then create a low here. We create London session high. And then boom, here comes 9, or actually 8 pre-market. Pre-market breaks past the high, breaking structure, giving us an order block noted by the pink block. The pink block, right? From that pink block, we assume, okay, we might be reversing into an uptrend. No biggie. My mistake was thinking we'd get a full-on reversal when the past couple of days have been in a downtrend motion. We haven't broke out of the downtrend. And we could see that more accurately on the daily. Past couple of days in a down. Though we're in an uptrend on the daily. How are we on an uptrend? Well, here's a high, right? Up, down, high. And then we broke structure off of that. Boom. And we moved past that. For the week, I imagine we actually went and broke structure again right there. Let's go and take a look at that. Yep. Boom, boom. Here's a high. Break of structure. Boom. Up higher. Okay? Okay. We were in a downtrend for the day. We were in a downtrend for the 4-hour. We were in a downtrend for the hour up until the moment of the trade, thinking we'd get a full-on reversal. We didn't. We entered so late into the game, hoping for a breakout that would never come. The reading of the chart was not bad. It just wasn't correct. We were in a downtrend, cool. We had a retrace up, no biggie. We had a retrace down, no biggie. We broke structure here, giving us the break or order block, right? And then what we needed to wait for was the retrace back down. Well, we got a retrace down, but it wasn't as low as it was wanting to go. It wanted to continue lower just a little bit to conform to this downtrend. We should have anticipated that. I should have placed my stop loss down here. Should I have put my stop loss down there? That would have been way more risky, in my opinion. That would have been way more uncomfortable, because ultimately it was this order block that we were basing our trade off of, that we had the retrace down because of the break of structure, and then from this, the confluence, breaker block, continuation of the break of structure in the uptrend. But we didn't get that continuation. Instead, well, I'm going to correct myself. We got the continuation, but it was not what we wanted to happen, right? Because price continued to go down instead of up because of the major indecisiveness, right? I'm going to be absolutely honest. I have no idea what caused price to move down. Could have been something that happened on Twitter. I don't really know. Politics is weird. Outside of that, though, I mean, price came down. We thought it gave us a breaker block. We entered trade after going to the 5-minute and identifying a couple things. First off, making sure our order block on the higher time frame was formed. We wanted to see price break up above and hold position, come back down, conform to the order block, close within, giving us a breaker block. This would have been our breaker block on the higher time frame. We wanted to see price break structure out of this down to really confirm and give us another set of confluences we could really work off of. We got the break of structure here. That's what we based this on, because we have a high break. Okay, cool. Move down. This move down would have given us order block here, closure within, which is what happened. So we said, okay, let's enter here, and price should continue higher because we have a breaker block, we have a break of structure, we have an order block, and they're literally next to each other. There shouldn't be any problem. Well, we were wrong. It didn't exactly pan out, I guess. I think we jumped the gun a little bit, because that right there, I think, closed just below that, but it was low enough to continue the downtrend. That was my mistake on the 5-minute, I think. And then, of course, the second mistake was entering the trade in the first place so late in the day. We entered, I think, 10:25, 10:26, something like that, a.m. And we had already gone past the 930, 950, 1010 golden area for it to do this, right? Yeah, it didn't work out. Realistically speaking, we could have probably said, okay, this is our order block here. We need it to go up out of, which is what it did here. Close within, this is what this entire move would have done. And then break of structure, move down, revisit the order block. This would have been our breaker block. We could have probably entered here, watched it go down. Though at the same time, because of how low it hit there, and we probably would have set our stop loss right there, we probably would have gotten stopped out anyway because of that move there. So realistically, today was a bad day to take a trade. Not entirely sure why price is all over the place or why it's consolidating outside of we've been in a downtrend and it's trying to find room to reverse to go higher, or it's filling orders to continue lower. I imagine it's just filling orders to continue higher, to be honest. I thought this trade was solid. Clearly it was not. We were stopped out completely, and I think I'm good. Before we end, I want to make sure we're clear. This would have been a break of structure breaker block. We would have entered like roughly down here. We would put our stop loss like right here, or like just below this right here for our order block on the higher time frame. And then because we knew it wouldn't visit like beyond the lower portion of this, we would have come all the way up to here, collected this, and then gotten out, I think. But I instead woke up incredibly late, like right in here, and I rushed all of the hour, the 4 hour, the daily, and then when I got to the 5 minute, I went, okay, let's see the first sign of confluence I can see. Well, it's all over the place, really. We had a break there off of a break here. We had a break here off of a break here. And then right here even, we had a break here off of a break here. It's literally all over the place. This is terrible price action to trade in. I should have taken note of it. I should not have traded today. I shouldn't have. Plain and simple. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I know it was a loss. We de-risked a lot. We didn't lose anywhere near the amount I was like hoping we would not lose, right? I demonstrated risk management. I cut the entirety of what I usually put in by half, and we came out losing $1.56, $1.52. Give it a like if you enjoyed. Consider subscribing. I post whenever I can, whenever news allows me to, just so we're on the same page. Let's go ahead and take a look at the rest of this week. Monday, we didn't have any news, so this video is going to get posted. Tuesday, we don't have news, so tomorrow's video is going to get posted, and I'm going to wake up early Tuesday. Wednesday, we cannot record because of a double FOMC folder. Not even going to touch Wednesday. Thursday is going to be interesting because we have red, orange, orange, and orange. And I don't know what this is or what it does. I don't know at all. I'm going to be looking at TJR's video to see exactly what he does, what he goes off with, because if he has posted a video and this is what if this at all is mentioned, I will now know not to trade that day. In the event he trades, or says he will trade, Thursday, I will be looking for a trade, but I will not be going in for it. Friday is also questionable because we have Fed Chair Powell speaks, as well as Jackson Hole Symposium again. Only this time it's a red folder instead of this orange folder down here. Thursday and Friday are in the air. Wednesday is a definite no. Tuesday is a definite yes. I'll see you those days in the event things work out for me. If not, that's completely fine. Either way, the video will be uploaded. Yeah, comment below. What's your favorite part? What do you think I could have done to do a better job today trading? And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.